Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Kelazhur and Barcode on Orbital Shipyard. In the top side of the map we have the red Terran player, it is Kelazhur. And in the bottom side of the map we have the blue Protoss player, it is Barcode. I'm not sure who this is, but if you know who it is, let me know in the comments. I would appreciate it. So a TVP here on Orbital Shipyard between two very, very good players. Indeed, I do like Kelazhur. I do like this Barcode player too. I've cast a game between Barcode and Kelazhur once, and this Barcode acquitted himself fairly well. First guy was GM, then Masters, now you're Diamond. Does it keep getting easier? Barcode throwing some shade. Throwing some shade on Kelazhur. I'm not sure if Kelazhur is even going to respond to that. That was hilarious, though. Basically, this was played in a tournament, and so players are playing on servers they don't usually play on. So not everybody is a GM everywhere. Kelazhur, Barcode. If I beat you, does that mean I get to play a plat? I'm just wondering if you like so tough when you use your revive on Scarlet or something. Haha, Desro is our ace. Didn't you see him in action? Yeah, so this is definitely some kind of a team kill type thing. I believe this is Nation Wars. It makes sense. Again, both these players know each other. But what I was saying was, so you'll be a player who's obviously GM on your own home server, but if you go play a tournament and you're on the European server, for example, you may have played a few games there. Maybe your placement matches, maybe you got Diamond, who knows. And so what that means is it shows up as Diamond even if you are a pro level player. So that's pretty funny stuff. That Barcode was thrown out there. Excellent, excellent. Good-natured ribbing there from our Protoss player, who is very, very blue. Look how blue this is. Again, I don't know how come the color saturation is so high on some games but not on others, but I kind of like it. It's a little distracting, but it's also kind of pretty. So, blue versus red. Standard stuff indeed for our friend Kelazhur. Getting that reactor for the Marines necessary to deal with the Adepts that are coming. You can either wall off or put like a bunch of Marines up here and just burn down the Adept as soon as she shows up on your front doors. Annoying stuff going on with the SCV. Keeping the probes from actually doing anything on that mineral field for a couple seconds. Kelazhur saying, better hope you don't get to our ace then. I don't know who that would be. Eric, apparently. Eric's hungry for some revenge. Would make sense. Probe running on up. Are there any Marines to deal with this? Yes. A little bit late, but there they are. They're going to take out that probe. Nope, probe running for its life. Good stutter step micro, and the probe's faster, though. Probe does manage to get the heck on out of there. SCV returning home, too. Mothership core heading north, which means it's going to be attempted forward pylon photon overcharge, possibly, but no. Looks like Barcode's given up on that hope altogether. I'm not sure why the Mothership core is still heading up there, because Marines are really good. Alright, Mothership Core, you know what you're doing. I trust in you, my friend. Robotics Facility, Warp Gate Research, and a Twilight Council for Barcode. A lot of tech here in the first couple minutes. Actually not getting any Adepts at all, which allows him to have the resources necessary to get up this Twilight Council so early, and this Robotics Facility. So not planning on being aggressive whatsoever, which just means that Kelazhur should be able to get his third command center here fairly soon, although he's getting another barracks and a starport, continuing that Marine production. And here comes the Mothership Core. So alright, Mothership Core harass for Barcode. Look at this, taking out one SCV. The Marines are forced to come on home to try to deal with this. Another SCV might end up dead. And it does. And there's the recall. Oh, almost burns it down, but the recall manages to get the Mothership Core home. 2 kills there, having killed 2 workers. That's the only kills in this entire game so far. So the Mothership Core has bragging rights. It also dragged these Marines back up here. I'm not sure if that's exactly where Kelazhur wants them, but I think it's A-OK. Reactor here on the starport, I think for medevac production. Or double pumping Liberators. Could be that too. Let's see what it is. And Liberator production. Alright. So double pumping those Liberators. I like to see those in PVTs. Barcode has been able to deal with them fairly effectively before. I will not ruin the first game between these two players, but if you haven't watched it, go back and check it out. Do a search for Kelazhur on my channel. You'll see one against a Protoss player who is named Barcode in the last couple of days. Dun, 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 dun. This music is so darn epic. I still can't get Brood War music to show up in my replays, though. That's something else I complained to Blizzard tech support about, and they were like, yeah, we don't really support the replay user interface. If it's broken, like, that's something we can kick upstairs, but that's about it. SCV makes a huge skid mark as it dies. When I was a kid, I had I want to say just a single speed bike. And if I slammed on my brakes as I was going, I could leave a huge skid mark. It was like the most awesome thing that I could do when I was 6 or 7. I did it a lot and kind of ruined my tires in about 2 weeks, and my parents are not happy, so I learned my lesson, but for a while there, I was awesome. Liberators heading to the southwest corner of the map, passing through Nevada, going to California, and down into Hawaii. It is these two Liberators. Templar Archives coming up too for Barcode, just teching like a madman. Wow, 5-minute Templar Archives, just insane. So here come the Liberators, they're going to set on up. Try to kill them some workers. There's nothing here. There's a cannon, not ready to go yet. Probes run. No, probes not running. Bunch of them are falling here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6 probe kills. Not a good feeling at all. It's 39 to 37 now. Kelazhur evening up the score. Stalkers have a good angle right here in which to attack. Blink on in, losing 1 Stalker, losing 2 Stalkers, losing 3 Stalkers, and that's enough to force this Liberator to back on out to the dead airspace, though. So good blink forward, but again, losing those Stalkers for 1 Liberator, maybe not the best. More Liberators coming out for Kelazhur, plus 1 attack on the way from our Barcode Protoss 2. Observer patrolling back and forth will see the Liberators, so that's a good thing for our friend Barcode. More Stalkers getting warped in to deal with this, trying to get some shots off, some free shots, but yeah, they do get 1, but the Liberators do manage to back on out there too. Is this just more? Yeah, more Liberator attacks here from Kelazhur, really trying to make this work. Defender mode circles set up, not in range to attack anything, so the Liberators back on out. Now we got some medevacs on the way. Moving into a more traditional bio-type play here. Still has Marines, still has Marauders, but the Liberators were the first line of attack for our friend Kelazhur. APM to this point is over 200 for both players. Currently around 200, yeah, right around 200. Nothing's really changed much since the first 1 minute of the game. Stalkers heading north. Fast as their little legs can wiggle. They have +1 attack, and there's a lot of bio here for Kelazhur. I'm not sure this is going to work out at all. They're trying to catch those Liberators. Can't quite do it. Do get some Marines, though, for their trouble. Storm on the way. Is it being chrono boost? It is. Alright, so Barcode going for Storm. Storm, Stalker, Sentry? I don't know what else is in that composition. This is a lot of Marines and Marauders, though. Very scary stuff. They have Stim. The Marines do not have Combat Shield, though. It is on the way, almost complete. And I might try to... Oh, they get the medevac. Nice pickoff. Nice pickoff there by Barcode. Not allowing that medevac count to get any bigger than it needs to be, and blinking out without losing a single Stalker in the process. Taking out an Observer. Observer dies to the Liberators. A drop up here, an Adept's drop with Warp Prism, heading up to the second base. And can the attack on the front here by Kelazhur do enough damage to offset this? There are Marines. Ready to go Marines, though. But again, the attacks from the Adepts too good. Hopping inside the bunker and picking off 1 of the Adepts. There are still 3, though. There's a lot of Marines and Marauders, though. Liberators, too, setting up Defender mode circles. They could probably get this Warp Prism if they weren't so lazy. Liberators, get that Warp Prism. There you go. Now they're trying to chase it down. But who is faster, I wonder? 4.13 versus 4.72. Liberators are faster. Big trouble there. Another attack up this way. Storm on top of all these units. A lot of them are very low on energy, but 3 Liberators here able to use Defender mode circles. Hallucinated Archons being taken out. Oh, actually, they just... wow, okay. So what they did was they baited the attacks from the Liberators so the Stalkers could get in and deal with it, and they get the medevac too. What a play. What a play by Barcode. Oh, I love that. Alright, so hallucinate some Archons. The Liberators have to spend their attacks taking out those fake Archons, and then your Stalkers move in and take them down. Wow. Nice move, Barcode. Learned something new today for sure. Barcode is continuing to get more Templar. Is getting a Mothership Core, another Warp Prism to replace the one that he lost. And heading up is a giant Blink Stalker army. Is there enough here from Kelazhur to deal with this? And the answer is, I do not know. Defender mode circles are here, but they're not really doing much of anything because they weren't on top of any enemy units. But Barcode decides that was not in good engagement, blinks away. Another Observer to replace the one that died. Seeing that this third base is up and running, it is 50 to 53 Harvesters right now. Kelazhur is in the lead. Observer gets taken down, though. Good spot there by Kelazhur. You can actually see a tiny shimmer of the Observer if you're looking for it, and then a scan and a takedown is something that Terran players like to do quite a bit. So at this point, both players are pretty much completely blind as to the other side of the map. Yeah, nobody has any idea what's going on at all, except for maybe the compositions. Kelazhur being aggressive with 4 Liberators, more Marines, more Marauders, +1 attack has finished, +1 armor. Not quite there yet for those ground units. Oh no, another free Warp Prism. Storm on top of everything. The Warp Prism manages to survive. Oh, he saved it. He saved the Warp Prism temporarily, but looks like they're out for blood, man. Look out, Warp Prism, trying to micro as best it can. No, not going to happen. Angle's not going to save you today. Couple another volleys, and bam. Warp Prism falls. Excellent, excellent pickup by Kelazhur. Maybe a little lucky that he was moving out at the same time the Warp Prism was. But that's got to hurt for Barcode. Making another Warp Prism. Really needs a Warp Prism in the composition. Marine heading on down with his combat shield. Hoof, 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 hoof. Is he to check this base? He is. I'm not sure why he didn't come this way to check it, but... Alright, there's no Nexus there. Another attack here with Blink Stalkers catching a Liberator. No, Liberator manages to survive with 30 hit points remaining. Concussive Shells. Slowing down some of these Stalkers so they can't run away. There's another Stalker getting picked off. No, manages... Oh, got caught but just barely by another Concussive Shell. And the Stalker dies too. Army Supply right now 73 to 104. Kelazhur looking good. Looking really, really strong here. Defender mode circles tossed on up. Automaton 2000, not a target. Here we go again. Photon overcharge is available. 2 of them. Mothership core gets focused down. No, survives with 2 hit points remaining. 2. Wow, Pylon's a big target there if they can get into him. And trying to get those Pylons. Can't quite do it. More circles. Another storm. Tossed on down. Zealots rocking on in here. Stalkers too, taking out those Liberators. Big storms on all the bio. Wow. Another blanket of storms and another medevac. It gets killed. Wow, Barcode held that pretty darn well. Still down in total supply and army supply. So I feel like round 2 might not go as well for him. But excellent use of those Blink Stalkers. Excellent use of the Storm. Protoss players dealing with Liberators. That's what you got to do, man. Send in your Zealots to be tanky, use your Blink Stalkers to focus down the Liberators and get rid of the rest of the army while you can. Storms can also be very good. Marine, Spotty is knocked down the way. 4th command center here for Kelazhur. Going to try to land over on this area. Looks like Barcode's trying to set up over on this side here too. Resources lost 8,400 for Barcode and 8,600 for Kelazhur. So again, super even. Thus far, incomes 57 to 60 workers. No big difference there either, although mules can make a big one. And here comes... Oh, good blink, though. Reaction time on these pros is just amazing. It really is. Like, the instant a single shot hits one of those stalkers, they're blinked away. They don't stand and take damage. They don't need to. Marine actually in here killing some stuff before Zealots take him down. Kelazhur setting up a defensive position. Wants to defend this base while at the same time kind of harassing this base. So can he do it? Is going to be the question. Marine and Marauder get taken on down. Blinking forward here is a Barcode. Defender mode circles are slowly going to siege forward. I think this Marauder bit off a little bit more than he can chew. And another attack up here with Zealots. A Zealot drop and an Archon here as well. Oh, big secret deal here. Defender mode trying to be used to save these units and picks up the Archon. Gets it on out of there. Zealots are still alive. What? Zealot still alive. An attack here with Marines and Marauders taking down this pylon, and they do manage to get the pylon. Another one under attack as well. Another drop up here, though, from Barcode. Archon with 13 total kills. 22 SCVs have died. I think Kelazhur knows he has to go for it here, and he does manage to force a cancel on that 4th base, and he might head on home to try to deal with the Zealots that are still inside his base. They might force a cancel on this +2 attack. Liberator trying to get rid of that Warp Prism. More units warping in, though. Is it enough, is my question. Liberator setting up defender mode circles, zapping everything that he can. Warp Prism taking shots as well. Another attack down here, still going for Kelazhur, looking really good for our Terran player. I'm not sure what is left here. So there are some Stalkers, some Archons, some Zealots, Storms on top of the Liberators. Everything is cleaned up in this base, but the income discrepancy is pretty big right now. 48 to 38 in favor of the Protoss. Stimming forward again and getting stormed. Getting stimmed and stormed, not a good feeling. Not a good feeling at all for our Terrans, but they try to make it work anyway. Defender mode circles, killing mostly everything. Stalkers coming around from the backside, getting rid of those Liberators. But the Marines and the Marauders are Supermen right now. They get rid of all the Stalkers, except one that can blink away. These Zealots, however, absorbing so much damage, not allowing them to actually kill these Archons that are really the big problem. And Kelazhur is chased away. So, when all is said and done, Kelazhur lost a ton of workers. It was 29 or 20 workers killed actually, but for Kelazhur that he lost, but did keep his 4th base and was able to kill Barcode's 4th base himself. So we'll have to see how this works out in the long run. Again, the income tab, Barcode is technically ahead, but as you can see here, the income for Kelazhur is ahead because mules are really good at making up that difference. Where'd my music go? I thought I had continuous music on. And there it is. Another drop over here. Another storm drop. Taking out 6 more SCVs. War Prism doing your job, man. Doing your job. Stalkers want to pressure this front door, but Kelazhur just has so many Marines, so many Marauders with +2/+2 and +3 infantry weapons on the way as well. Another attempted attack down here. Looks like a Marine got morphed into a corpse by these Archons. Stalkers just trying to make stuff make sense. Kelazhur, though, with this 4-base economy, I think is really going to start to shoot ahead. He's already at 146 to 107 total supply for the Protoss player. Barcode has played this well, but I'm not sure that it is enough. So here we go, marching up this ramp once again. Very Marauder-heavy composition. Here are the Defender mode circles, and here comes the response from Barcode. It's going to be Storms. Nice Storm. Great hit there, indeed. Defender mode circles getting rid of 1 of those Archons almost immediately. Another Zealot dies too. Don't get too close, man. Archon dies before it can actually morph in. So many shots here. The forward march, the forward progression here of these Defender mode circles crushing everything right now. The Stalkers trying to come in from that backside. The Marines and Marauders might deal with them, though. Warp Prism warping in additional units at the front. Nice Storm indeed, but forward attack, one-shotting that High Templar. Do they have enough? No, they definitely die with one shot. Oh, no. Oh, boy. This is not looking good at all for Barcode. More pylons are being taken down. Not going to supply block Barcode anytime soon. Coming around from the backside, though, are the Archons. And Storm again on top of those units. Zealots crushing on in. Archons from the top side and the left side and the right side. Can they make it work? A lot of these units are still alive, though. A lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders. Can they deal with this? A lot of Liberators are going to die, though. 2 and 3 Liberators fall. Inside the main base, however, is Kelazhur picking up, boosting on out. And I think just trying to escape here. Feeling pretty happy about what he's done. Perhaps trying to harass this 4th base. Barcode is ready for that, though. But the juke with the Medivacs, they might... coming back in here might be a good idea. I don't know. The Zealots trying to deal with these Marauders. And being slowed, not a good feeling. Finally going after Workers. Getting killed from behind. Another big group from Kelazhur, though. Army supply 34 to 88. Kelazhur looking good. If he can lock this down, he's going to win this game for sure. Here at the 17-minute mark. Blinking away once again are these Stalkers, and this base has just been really not bothered at all for pretty much its entire history, and I think that's been the difference here. Marines, Marauders ready to roll, dropping inside the main base, going after an assimilator that is already drained. Maybe not a great choice, but that's okay. Stimming back once more, trying to kill what they can. Templar Archives ends up falling. Pylons are dying too, but now Kelazhur's army is in full retreat. A big storm on the units, a storm from the top side. Oh, what a play by Barcode, bringing units from the top side, knowing where Kelazhur was going to retreat, and then storming them. Amazing play indeed. Backed into a corner by these Zealots, but the Zealots do have they have +4 armor. That's why they're so darn hard to kill. Yep, still alive, though, going after more pylons. Depowering gateways, not allowing Barcode to macro up as much as he wants to. This small group of Marines and Marauders really doing a great job. A stim and a storm killing a couple of those units. All that's left, I think, are 4 Marauders. They boost on out, and maybe they're going to try to harass back here. The Archon's a bit out of position for that, but no, just going to hang out in no man's land here. Kelazhur, once again, pretty darn big army. Replacing the Templar Archives is Barcode. 18 minutes and 29 seconds into this match. Income tab 44 to 51. Kelazhur is ahead, but again, having this 4th base has been so huge for Barcode. He needs to make this work. Warp Prism, no, it doesn't actually end up happening there either. And here comes Kelazhur from the right side. Dropping a 5th base? Yeah, dropping a 5th base while attacking. Such a great play indeed. APM again, over 200 for both of these players. Archons, though, with +2 attack, 43 damage versus Biological. Another big storm. Wow! Huge storm here. Full retreat. Once again, retreating to the safety of the Planetary Fortress, or the relative safety thereof. Another drop here. The Marauders are back, baby. Trying to kill pylons. They almost got that forge. Not quite able to do it. The Planetary Fortress going to chase these units away, doing 40 damage with its Ibka cannon. Ibix cannon. And again, just really being so annoying here is Kelazhur dropping back and forth from the 4th base to the main, forcing Barcode to chase him around. 44 to 51 income is definitely higher, though, about double for Kelazhur right now. Spending his money fairly well, his gas anyway. Mineral income a little bit high to this point, but I've definitely seen worse. And just pretty much in defensive mode right now. Dropping back here with his Marauders. Can he kill these? He's going to try to do it, but with the cannon support. No, Medivac ends up falling. Marauders have to do this on their own. Now they get rid of the cannon, they get rid of the stalker. They might be able to kill one more stalker before they fall, and no, blinks away, keeps it alive. Here comes a big attack again. Defender mode circles. I don't know if Barcode sees this. No, losing a couple units there. Unfortunately for him. What is this guy? Zealot attack. Running back home. Could have done a lot of damage there, Zealot. Not sure what you were doing, friend. Do you have any kills? No. Anyway, still pushing forward here is Kelazhur going after assimilators. And yeah, pretty good spread here. Pretty good attack upgrades. +3/+3 on these guys. This might be the final death knell for Barcode. Walking into these circles, coming from the front side, trying to blink on in, get rid of these stalkers. But yep, the stalkers are taking a lot of damage here. They're taking out Liberators, but that's it. A GG from Barcode. Barcode's defeated. Kelazhur's victorious. And Barcode has left the game. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, on a really great PvT once again between these two players. Again, if you haven't watched Game 1 between them, go back and watch it. Check my archives out. Do a search for Kelazhur, and you will see it. So in the end, I think Barcode had some really good strategies for dealing with the Liberators, but just not able to have this fourth base for as long as he did. Really put him out economically. Didn't do anything to harass this fourth base. Storms were a good choice. Drops by Kelazhur were on point. And in the end, the Protoss tapped out. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.